Come from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 1 through 13. This is Jesus teaching through a parable, and this parable is called the parable of the 10 bridesmaids. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil with them. The wise, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there may not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later the others also came. "Sir, sir," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "I tell you the truth, I don't know you. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour." Interesting parable about 10 bridesmaids. 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. My sermon title today is called, "Are You Ready?" Now when I say that saying or ask that question, "Are you ready?" what's one of the first things that come to mind? Are you ready for heaven? Okay. What else? Are you ready
For the end.
for the end?
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Are you ready for Jesus? Such a Christian viewpoint from within the congregation. I was waiting for my son to yell out, "For some football!" Some of you were thinking it. Admit it. Admit it. Every now and then I like throwing a sports analogy in. And I know you're going to think I'm crazy because I'm comparing these 10 bridesmaids to football. But honestly, when we look at this parable, we can think about the things that we need to be ready for. How many of us got that extra hour of sleep last night? Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? We went to bed, we set the clocks back, realized it was shortly after 10, since we set them back before we went to bed, thinking about how many hours I could get sleep in. I don't know if you all noticed, but I think we all walked in here at like 11:01 or 11:02. Still didn't help, because as we walked around the house, we asked each other, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" We weren't quite ready, but we made it here. But you know what? The question, "Are you ready?" 2 famous people asked that question, Jesus being number 1. The second was Hank Williams Jr. The theme song for Monday Night Football for a number of years was, "Are you ready for some football?" A Monday night party, right? Well, we don't have Monday Night Football for the Steelers this week. We've got Sunday Night Football. But what do you do to get ready for a Steeler game? Does anyone put on a Steeler t-shirt when the Steelers are playing, or a sweatshirt or something?
Yep.
Do you gather together perhaps with your family or friends to watch the game? Do you perhaps prepare some snacks for your family to eat during the game? Do we do something to get ready if we're a football fan? Well, tonight Baltimore's going to be at Pittsburgh. I'm going to put on my Steeler t-shirt, probably put on my Steeler shorts, my Steeler socks, my Steeler hat. No, I don't have any Steeler underwear. But I'm going to get ready for the game, because I want to be prepared when the kickoff happens. I don't don't want to be rushing around doing these things or getting ready when the kickoff starts because I'm missing the beginning of the game. We all have a personal responsibility to get ready for the game. My wife's not going to tell me, now make sure you put on your Steelers shirt. It's just my personal responsibility. I know that this is something that I want to do, so I'm going to do it. We all have personal responsibility, not just in getting ready for football, but also of our own spiritual condition. I want to reread verses 8 and 9 for you right now. The foolish one said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there may not be enough for both of us. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." We're talking about the personal responsibility of your spiritual condition. What's the Great Commission? We're to go out into the world and share the good news, right? You've heard the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. The same is true with the Great Commission. Our job is to lead people to Jesus, but can we force Jesus on them? Or do they have to take a personal responsibility to accept Christ as their Savior so that they too can be ready when the bridegroom comes? We all have that personal responsibility. In the parable, it was a wedding and a wedding feast. Wedding feasts back in Jesus' time would sometimes last a week. For those of you that have helped prepare for weddings, could you imagine preparing for a week-long celebration? I'm seeing faces as people go, yikes, I had enough trouble with that 3-hour reception, right? But the bridegroom was coming. But notice no one was sure of the time. They got prepared, or so they thought they got prepared. But nobody said, yeah, he'll be here in 20 minutes, or yeah, he'll be here at 7 o'clock. The 5 wise ones thought ahead and brought extra oil. Little flasks and jars of oil so they could refill their lamps and join the procession to the wedding feast. The 5 foolish ones did not plan ahead. They did not take into account their personal responsibility of being prepared. Do we all take personal responsibility in being prepared for Christ's return? Has Jesus come back yet? Has anyone seen Jesus return yet? Okay, so it's not too late, right? We still all have time to be prepared. The 5 who were not prepared went out to buy the oil. The last minute run to Walmart because they're open 24/7. Right? Speaking of running to Walmart for oil and being prepared, I remember one Thanksgiving, I pulled into Mom and Dad's driveway. Thanksgiving Day. I see the garage door is open on the garage and there's all this smoke rolling out of the garage. Dad was preparing to deep fry a turkey. The oil got a little bit hot and the oil burnt. Now, we were the foolish bridesmaids. We did not have backup oil, so we did have to run to Walmart on Thanksgiving Day in order to purchase more. But what if Jesus came right now? Somebody said to you, he is coming now. Wouldn't you want to be prepared? You would not want to be that person that says, oh, wait a second, I have to run to Walmart. I need more oil for my lamp. I don't want to be that person. Because you know what? When the bridegroom arrives, those who are prepared will go with him. Those who are prepared, those who took the personal responsibility to be ready, will get to go to the wedding feast. The 5 foolish ones who ran to Walmart to get the extra oil, Oh, they eventually made it to the wedding feast. But here's the interesting part. They weren't allowed in. Hey, it's us. We're back from Walmart. Let us in. And what did the bridegroom say? I don't know you. He doesn't know them because they did not take the personal responsibility of being prepared. The 5 who were not prepared were left behind. In verse 10, we read that the door was shut. When we talk about personal responsibility, the greatest way to build your own personal responsibility is, number one, diving into the Word. It's going to tell you how to be prepared. There's probably a website out there for Steeler Nation that tells you what you need to do to be prepared for a Steeler game or hosting a Steeler party at your house. And if we wanted some tips or tricks or some ideas for that party, we would go to that website and learn how to do it, right? So how about if we go to this life handbook and pull out the information that tells us how to be prepared when the bridegroom comes. It's not a secret. It's open for everyone to pick up a Bible and read how to be prepared. And honestly, is it going to take you days, weeks, or even months to prepare for your own wedding reception or your family member's wedding reception? Absolutely. Is it going to take you days, weeks, months, or even years to be prepared for when the bridegroom comes? It doesn't have to. But you can't be one of those last-minute people that say, oh, here he comes. Where's that passage in the Bible? I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to have to run to Walmart to buy oil when he appears in the heavens. When Jesus died on the cross, there were thieves on either side of him. The one thief calling him names, shouting him down. But the other thief said, this man's done nothing wrong. Why are you treating him this way? We're the ones who deserve to be up here because look at what we've done in our lives. And what did Jesus say to the thief who said that? He said, today you will be with me in paradise. Did that thief prepare for days, weeks, or months to spend eternity in heaven with Jesus? No. He received that salvation right there on the cross. But when Jesus returns, we don't know when that's going to happen. We don't have time for the last-second heroics to bust out in prayer and ask Jesus to save us. We need to do it today if you haven't done it. Because for all I know, Jesus could be returning at 12:01 today. I don't know. You don't know. It could be days, weeks, months, even years when Jesus returns. But I want to make sure that I'm personally responsible for my own spiritual condition. And make sure that when Jesus comes and says, are you ready? I can say, absolutely. With regards to the personal responsibility of our spiritual condition, I'd like everyone to turn to Revelation chapter 22, verse 17.